Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I'm Loomis and it is Minecraft Wednesday. Now Alan and hopefully Miki should be joining me shortly, but for now it's just me. If we can ever connect to the realm. My quest today is item frames. I've got just under 2 hours to acquire an item frame, no matter the cost. Yes, now we'll probably get some more emerald, so it's okay if it's really expensive. Wow. Yeah. After stars on sea. Wow. Wow. Tilly is giving me a look of disgust at my cat noises. She doesn't understand that I'm talking to the robot cats inside my computer. Whoa, that sounded close. Okay. Lengthy moment there where I could hear it moving, but not see anything moving. Some paper, some glass. Wow. Wow. Maybe start a little bit of a paper farm over here. Sandington, we want the next stop. Come on, kitties. Keep up with the moving train. I was gonna grow sugarcane. I A, need a larger starting crop, but B, I'd need a bucket, so maybe I haven't thought that one through. There's probably not a bucket already here. Hello, friendo. I think I hear a fox. Well, we'll just call it a night in here for now. Ah. Well, look, have a look if we do have a bucket here, or whether I need to go back for one. Morning. How's it going? Ah. There's a lot of pumpkins here. Oh, we do have some paper here as well. Oh, burn me. See if we can level you up a little bit. Went through that a little faster than I thought we would. No buckets. I guess it doesn't matter too much because, like, paper does 0 leveling for these guys. It's all about the glass. I need a table, so speaking of which, I need a table because I've got some chunks of glass that I can turn into panes. We're that close to a level up. Yes, I can buy some empty maps. Those are kind of worthless, though. Be better off spending this money buying more glass to come back and trade to him. Huh. I mean, the paper might be worthwhile if there's some of the cartographers who aren't leveled up enough to need, Hey buddy. This guy. I'd probably still be better off buying maps from him than selling him paper. Well, I could grow. Do we have any crops growing here already? I can't really create a farm without a bucket. Okay. Yeah, let's head back and stock up on more glass this time. It's clear we're gonna need a lot of it. A lot of glass and a lot of emeralds. And then if we're lucky, one of these guys will maybe sell us some item frames. Tabitha, have you seen amber lamps? Amber lamps get stuck somewhere. Huh. A weird fish. Oh, I bet ambulance is in the tower. I heard purring, so probably one of them went on the bed. There you are. Come on. Come on, let's go get the train home. I'm gonna have to work the farms a little. I don't think either of the cats are following me. Oh well, we'll bump into them next time we're out there. Cats will be cats. I don't know, I still feel like there's gotta be some way we can improve the railway speed using gunpowder. Like perhaps like a cannon to help you with the initial acceleration? Admittedly, I'm glad we don't have to walk or ride anymore. This is a lot faster than that. Chasm beat a stars and seeing back in one day. Probably we could put a bed in these and have like a sleeper train. See a light at the end of the tunnel, which is a bad sign, because if we were there, it'd be... Ah, there we go. Okay, let's go do some farming. Strange snuffling noises. I can't believe we leveled up every single one of these to maximum, and we didn't get an item frame out of any of them. If none of the ones at the tower do it, then we're going to have to start expanding the map house, I guess. Okay, where's gems? How much do we have? Okay, we got a little bit stored. I can spend that on... Spend that on getting some glass. Hey, Alex. I am doing good, thank you. Had a nice relaxing day. How are you doing today? You doing good? What are the haps, buddy? I need a lot of glass. Probably emeralds are going to be less of a cap than how much glass we can buy in one day. So that gives us time to do some farming, except it doesn't look like the farms have really grown back. Well... we can get melons and pumpkins, because they grow super quick. Just working most of the time? Yeah, I had today off, which is nice. Been quite busy lately with work. Do have to be up early tomorrow for some work though. I've got opening shift at one of the libraries. Fortunately, it's quite a close one to home, so it doesn't take too long to travel there. Lots of different stuff. Obviously, there's like people wanting to get books out and bringing them back and that. All the ones that are brought back need shelving. The first part of every day is usually doing the holds list and the rotation list, which is like if somebody at another library has requested a book that we've got, then I have to find that book on our shelves and send it out to them in the internal post. And then once a week we get the rotation list, which is like a whole bunch of our books that are going off to another library, just because we all swap our books around a lot to keep it fresh what's where. And similarly, we have books coming in, so we'll get a bunch of holds coming in, and I have to identify those and ring the person who ordered them so that they know it's arrived. And we get a box of rotations ourselves, and those go on the shelves. I am a big reader, yes. It's actually... I'm finding that it's a bad thing to be a reader if you work in a library, because, like... Say it's a bit quiet and I decide to go tidy up the shelves, just make sure all the books are in order. There is no way that I'm not gonna spot something interesting and come back with it. I've got a huge pile of books on the little shelf under my desk right now from the libraries I've been working at. I just keep coming home with them. My favorite books. The best book I read recently was Skyward and Starsight, which is its sequel. Which... two sci-fi books by Brandon Sanderson, I think, who writes a lot of sci-fi and fantasy. Pretty much all of his stuff is good, but those in particular really got me. Yeah, 100%, Alex. I can't help it. It's not my fault. I've got a problem. I see interesting books and I have to take them. It's even worse because, like, it's not just the libraries that I'm working at, because like, library staff get free requests. Like, normally there's a small charge if you want to order a book from a different library, but since I'm library staff, I don't have to pay that, so I'm always being like, oh, I liked this book by this author that I've never read before. Why don't I just, order everything they've ever written from every library around the place? Ooh, we've actually got enough melons to start selling them. Oh, well, normal people do, but you see, once again, I'm library staff, so... So, I get, I don't have to pay overdues. But yeah, also you can renew them if you don't finish them in time. To be fair, I don't tend to keep them that long. I do read them. It's just that I get books out probably faster than I read them most of the time. So I can't stop picking new ones up. Yeah, so Skyward and Starsight are about they're set on an alien world, and they're the people that living there are the descendants of a ship that crashed there long ago. Like their ship crashed on this planet and they've been stranded there for, I was gonna say centuries, but it's, I think there are like the eldest people still remember the ship, so like maybe 100 years or so. Most of the people living there were born on the planet now. So they've been trying to survive on this planet, but there are also this alien fleet has shown up and just started bombing them. And like maybe they're at war with humanity or something, but they don't know because they've not been in touch with other humans for 100 years. Because they've been trapped in space. So they don't know who these aliens are, and you know they've been living off moss and mushrooms for who knows how long, and they've got barely any technology. So they're like desperately scavenging old spaceship parts to build little fighter craft, and sending up their fighters to chase off these alien bombers. And like it follows a young pilot and like shows how people there are basically raised to be in the military. It's like the highest calling because everything in their life revolves around these aliens bombing them. And it's really interesting. I got very into it and I really liked the main character. And quite an interesting cast all around, actually. It's almost kind of an anti-war story told by a very pro-war character. Or like, I guess not that she's pro-war, but like she's very pro-military because that's how they've all been raised. If you don't have a ridiculous military, you get blown up by aliens, is how they all live their lives. Let's notify your fellow librarians of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now, would we? Absolutely. All the librarians need to know that I'm allowed to have every book at once. And also, since I do like relief work, I get sent to dozens of different libraries. So yeah, they actually did send a big message round every library telling them that I was a librarian now. So that they knew they could call me. Good old Skyrim. I still haven't finished that yet, but I feel like I'm in the end game. Maybe I'll play it this Sunday. Like, I'm actually doing the main quest now, which I wasn't doing before. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 more sessions and I can finish it. I feel like that will be an accomplishment. It's like maybe the longest running game that I've streamed. I know it always throws me off when I put it on the YouTube that there's not a playlist for it because I started doing it before I started making playlists. At some point I'm going to have to go through all 2,000 episodes and add them all to a playlist one by one. Calling you a completionist. I'm not even close to completing it. Like, I've nearly finished the game, but there's so much more stuff I'd have to do if I was gonna 100% it. Although, to be fair, a significant amount of the stuff that I've been doing is not stuff I've been supposed to be doing. I make my own adventures. Alright, let's go see if the Scholar has restocked. I need as much glass as I can get. How's your own Skyrim playthrough going? I remember you restarted it quite recently. Sir, I need glass! No time to be sleeping. He doesn't have any. Oh, you're playing Dragon's Dogma now? That was a fun game. I liked Dragon's Dogma. It's a long way from Riverwood. Yeah, I guess. Did you mean to say you're in Dragon's Bridge? Like the Skyrim town of Dragon's Bridge? Or did you actually mean the game Dragon's Dogma? Because, yeah, I'd say that Dragon's Dogma is a very long way from Riverwood. Okay. Yeah, it's in a different universe, so I don't know how much further away you can get. I've been getting cravings from time to time to replay Dragon's Dogma. Go make some glass! All these slackers around town. Go do it, buddy. You didn't make any glass. Stop walking in and out of your house and make some glass. He's just like, I can't do it with you watching me. Am I supposed to work with this weirdo staring in through my door? Fine, I'll sit in the hot tub for a few minutes. West over the mountains of Markarth, through the deserts of Hammerfall, taking a ship to the unknown lands. Go there to the highest mountain, there'll be a cave with a rift stone. It kinda almost makes sense, because like Dragon's Dogma does have a whole bunch of like multiverse stuff going on. Okay, I'm gonna take this glass over to Stars Unsea and see what we can do with it. But yeah, it is like one big multiverse setting. With how you can, like, summon other people's pawns. And you got those weird void tunnels under the city. Why is there a bunch of glass in here? What? Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Can also go back from Dragon's Dogma to Skyrim. Is that an equally exciting journey? Wait, I think I already know this one. To get back to Skyrim, you have somebody hit you over the head, don't you? And then when you open your eyes, somebody is saying, "Hey, hey you, finally awake, huh?"
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Noelan, thank you so much for the sub. 32 months. These are not numbers that exist in normal mathematics. It's gone too far. The subscriptions are starting to scare me. It goes back in front of your eyes and you wake up in a card and see Ralof. Yes! I called it! No matter where you are, you can instantly get to Skyrim by blacking out and waking up in a cart. That is the power of that land. Hey, kitty cats. What are you doing in the tunnel? Meow. Did you ever see that post about the guy who got, like, hopped up on the in-game drugs in Fallout? And, like, the way they work is that, in one of the games, is that, like, when they wear off, you black out, and you wake up in, like, a random location in the map. And, like, he woke up in the back of an old cart, and he was like, what? How? Just opening his eyes, and he's in a cart with a bunch of people in it. Hey, Benry. Oh yeah, I need to go work this stuff. That should be a thing that can happen in any game. You just wake up in carts. All of your Pokemon fainted and you whited out? Yep, wake up in a cart. Hey, you. Finally awake, huh?
Of course, crossing the border with us and that horse thief over there.
Yeah. I was gonna give a Pokemon version with, like, crossing the border into Kanto with us and that Team Rocket over there, but yeah. Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I am good, thank you.
Excelente.
I am over in Stars and Sea working on some cartographers.
Nice, thank you. Well, I plaintively complain about the amount of emeralds spent, even though it's a thing that I want you to do.
To be fair, I think so far I've turned a profit on this endeavor because
Nice.
the glass restock time is so long.
Ah, yeah.
I've been doing farming in between and making more than I'm spending.
Well, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
What else do I need? I need some cobblestone. I'm gonna go finish that bit of railway line. It's been long.
That's what happens in real life when you die. I find this plausible.
I have heard that.
Okay, so there should be hopefully 2 more cartographers here that I can level up. Unfortunately, they're not at their stations.
Dereliction of duty, that is.
Yeah, I shall get a whip and track them down. Someone over there?
No, if it turns, sorry, go on.
I'm just wondering about looking for them. Oh.
And if it turns out that Todd Howard had like a vision of the world beyond, and that's what like the opening of Skyrim is based on, we're all gonna be pretty red in the face, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like it's just echoing like what actually happens when you die. Everyone's like, oh, I don't really like the opening to Skyrim, it's not very good. Well. Oh wait, there's already stairs here. I don't need to make stairs, there are already stairs here.
No.
Someone seemingly spammed a lot. Also, there's like 10 million stone slabs.
It's very unusual.
What else do I need? That's the wrong chest. Fiend.
Oh, we had more cartographers here. I know we've got more cartography tables, but there's only one cartographer I can find. Huh. Yeah. So I know one of our
fail says ZZZ.
named and resurrected people is a cartographer, but I thought there was a born here villager.
Yeah, there was one in like his robes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Every night I go to sleep afraid that when I wake up, I'll be in a cart looking at Ralof.
Oh no, what just happened? Can he get? It's been an accident.
On the lines?
No, in the village.
Oh.
I think one of the villagers was kipping in the.
Whoa. There's a chimera in here.
Oh. Like the Imperial Guard vehicle, or
No.
that's it.
A farmer and a cartographer stood on the same spot, so it looked like there was a farmer wearing a monocle.
Nice. Yeah, villager was kipping in the Cassadel candles and fell out of the door. Instead of the injured villager noise. Like, no. But it's fine.
Yeah.
Should we give him value of fine? I thought we had more glass than this. I'll have to buy some.
I mean, I've got a bunch of panes with me. On account of that's the best way to level up cartographers.
I mean, I can just build a station without windows if you.
That sounds kind of grim, but I know you like your brutalism.
Fence posts, that's what I need.
Maybe there isn't another cartographer here. Maybe we need to throw these people some bread.
Yeah. Taters, I'll do it now.
Yeah. Is it cooked or uncooked taters?
Uncooked.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
You just harvest a load of taters and then just yeet them at villages, it's quite fun. Got those, got those. How many panes of glass go in that kind of station? Suppose I'll have to do a fact-finding mission first.
Yeah.
Also, I better don my armor, I'm going somewhere that's not fully protected.
good safety. Okay, I'm gonna put these here. I guess I'll go fetch some taters and see if we can get some more cartographers over here.
Nice.
Plenty of beds, so
They need food, they need to be traded with, which is what we're doing, and they need beds, so...
yeah. And if those cartographers turn out to be no good, I'll expand the map house.
What we've got to do. Need cartographers. Unless, of course, you were to authorize a mission. Like a Black Ops kind of thing. That wouldn't be on the books.
A mission?
That we'd deny it ever happening because it's too grim what we would have to do to get the things we need.
I mean, this is sounding kind of dark.
It is, I'm afraid.
You're talking about launching a raiding strike on the dairy farm.
Yeah. But I'd have to officially deny it, of course. Sorry, I just remembered I need to take my mum and dad. I'm just doing that very quickly and unprofessional.
You could maybe do with some room, with a room in the map house for the nether maps. Not that we've really explored much on those, but at least we could put them up there.
They're a thing that exists,
Yeah.
and they could do with displaying, absolutely.
But I really don't want to start a new project when I've got so many to finish. And before we got a bunch of new maps needing to go on the wall, I was trying to do the new Smith's house. And that still needs doing, so we can finally get shovels.
True.
Oh man, I just had the dumbest idea.
Go on.
What if I got the sound clip of the "Hey you, finally awake, huh?" Like that whole conversation, and set it as my alarm for when I wake up in the morning.
Oh man, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, hey buddy.
Hey. How's it going?
Oh, going good. You doing good?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Oh, yeah, Betty uses it as a prank. Change your friend's alarm to be that without them knowing.
I know you hate the game because you hate fun. This is no.
That is me.
But I do think that Skyrim has the second best opening of any game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Putting it out there.
What is Oh, this is going to be Fallout 4, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely fantastic opening. Opinions on it range from, "Ha! I'm such a true fan of the series, I only played 30 seconds and knew instantly it was terrible." Which I've genuinely heard people say, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
You could just tell, you know? It wasn't made for the art of it. Oh wait, there's nothing I need in here. A red wall, that's what I need. Two, it's incredible, but, you know, if you play the game, like, if you play the game repeatedly, like, starting again, it's quite a long opening. You know what, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't mind if it takes a while. Because, I mean, it's a big game, like, how often are you restarting the game?
Yeah. I know people have said similar things about Half-Life, that the opening is very iconic and very atmospheric. but it's unskippable and takes forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think it's too bad. More on that in a moment, actually, to ask you a question. Did you say you had any glass panes?
Oh, I can go fetch you some.
I need 42, if we can, to properly glaze the station.
Tell you what, we're there.
But yeah, I mean, both the Skyrim and Fallout 4 intros, I think, are really good at kind of showing you the world without giving you too much to think about. You know, without being like, listen to the following lecture. Like, you kind of thrust into things that are going on straight away.
Yeah.
And like, it sets a tone as well, which I really like. Because there's something so mournful about that Skyrim opening.
Yeah.
You know, the way everyone talks in kind of hushed tones. And the Rayloff just kind of reminiscing about happier times.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh wow, that's tons. Thank you. I shall use them sparingly, and then you can sell the rest. I think is what you were doing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So they give loads of XP to the cartographers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
Let's see. Go get some taters, precious.
Also, Villard is still in Helgen, by the way, if you're interested. I wonder if Villard still makes that mead with the juniper berries. He's one of the people who dies in Helgen when Alduin attacks.
I was gonna say, I don't think anybody's still in Helgen.
And then after the whole Alduin incident.
Oh, well, I mean, the first time I went back after the Alduin incident, there was a few people there.
Oh yeah, some people move in pretty quickly, don't they?
Yeah, I cleared them out.
Yeah, rightly so. I don't know you've never played Fallout 4, but are a true Fallout fan because you like Fallout 1.
Yeah.
If anything makes you a truer fan than the New Vegasides.
I mean, I would say so. I mean, because I've only played Fallout 1, you see. I've not touched any of the bad ones, so I've not been contaminated.
Exactly, and the fact that that was like the original vision for the series, you know? Made purely for the art of it, no doubt. As Interplay was known to do. So yeah, you understand that the genre changed to like a first-person live-action thing. It's ruined it, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't approve, like...
Isometric turn-based on nothing, as I've often heard you say.
Yeah. I do think that a little.
Is it night time, by the way?
Yes, it has just turned.
Alright, I'll dust down here then.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
But yeah, I mean, you know, maybe one day you will play Fallout 4.
I intend to.
Yeah. I would recommend. Obviously mileage may vary, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
But I think the opening for that is very good because he's very different. He's not quite like any game I've played before, although no doubt people could tell me others like it. But I think its way of introducing you to the world and to like the game itself, how you control everything, how you do everything, is one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I have heard that the character creation in Fallout 3 is the best character creation in any game ever.
Oh.
Because it's your childhood.
Ah.
Like, as you grow up, you choose more and more of what makes your character you.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty clever. Like, Fallout 4 handles it cleverly, but that's definitely even cleverer. I mean, obviously, Fallout, you just make your character at the beginning of the game, don't you? That's how that works.
Yeah.
I assume Fallout 2 is the same, but I don't know. And New Vegas is the doctor asking you questions about you, and as you look in a mirror to see if you've, been patched up right.
Yeah.
Which is not terrible, but there's nothing particularly grabbing you about it. Like, I like the fact that you have to do like a Rorschach test, but it's just I don't think it works super well. Like, I like the idea of it,
Yeah.
but it's completely unclear how that affects your character creation. I mean, some of it you can kind of like, oh yeah, I guess if I say this, it'll lead that way. But and probably once you've played it, like you get a feel for it. But
Yeah.
like, I like the idea of it, but it didn't tell me what I was doing. But you know, have a look in the. It's not actually a mirror; it's a camera with a feed, with like a little camera feed with a vid screen below it. Have a look and see if you look right. Fair enough. I'm in Skyrim as well. Just tell me about yourself, prisoner.
Yeah.
That works. Who are you? I've heard many a time.
Yeah. I think of best openings now. And I've often made the comparison between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X, which are two of my favorite Final Fantasies. But
Nice.
like, I think one is the shortest opening in Final Fantasy and the other is the longest.
Which is
Like,
which?
So the opening to 10 is really long.
Yeah.
Like, I love the game, but it's basically tutorial until Killiker. You get a bit of you get a tutorial area, then you get another tutorial area, then you get another tutorial area. It just never stops.
Yeah.
You've got like 4 hours before you enter the actual game.
Yeah, that's too long.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy VII, you've got a 30-second cutscene of your characters pulling into the city on a train, and then you're on a mission to blow up the #1 reactor.
No time to explain.
Basically, yeah. The game doesn't tell you why you're doing this or anything, it just tells you to get going. And sort of it just sort of comes up in the conversations as you press on. Like the henchman of the person who hired you for the mission asking you your name, and then one of them commenting, "Yeah, you're not gonna get much out from him. He's an ex-soldier from that elite unit. He thinks he's better than the rest of us." And that kind of stuff, and that's how you learn what's going on while you're blowing up things and fighting robots.
Yeah, fish out of water in Final Fantasy X, aren't you? A bit from somewhere else.
Yeah, very much so.
That's kind of a two way of doing that. You are in Fallout 4 as well, of course, and 3 and 1, but not New Vegas.
Yeah, in 10 you kind of learn about the world through a character who knows nothing about that world.
Quite like that.
Which I think can be overdone as a concept, but it's actually really important to the character and the story that they're
Yeah.
out of water.
True.
Like, they were specifically brought there because they'd find what was going on there to be horrifying and put a stop to the things that the people living there just accept.
Yeah. This is way further than I thought. Do the rest and come back for the track. But yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. I think there's other games I think are really good openings. If it goes to older games, it would tend to be like the opening is in the manual.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Ah, I made an error. There's more stuff I needed here than I remembered. Oh well. This is it is.
Maybe Rocket Knight Adventures, like, kind of I don't know if it counts as the opening, because it's sort of like the end of the first level. But it's the point where you're introduced to most of the key characters. It's like it starts with your character in the woods, and you see the castle in siege in the distance, and sort of make your way there. And then after you've arrived in the castle and like sort of defeated the enemies and the bosses, you get the cutscene where you see the Dark Knight out on the docking ramp to the airship, like dragging the he beats the crap out of the king and then drags the princess off towards the airship, and then your character steps out onto the gantry behind him, and the Dark Knight looks at you and starts backing away.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they really put across the characters in it. You sort of get the feeling that maybe you are the only thing he fears.
Yeah, that's good. Sparky or whatever your name is.
Sparkster.
That's it. I knew some of that, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. And the villain is Axel Gear.
That's not a bad name for a villain. Especially in that kind of setting.
Yeah.
Ooh, coal. And dug for coal in a long time.
Yeah.
Also, it seems to me. So, how big are these stations? Oh, it's gotta be something like that, isn't it? Been ages since I built one, so I can't remember how exactly they go. Something of that nature. In which case is it like that, and then... That it? I don't feel like that a bit, but it might be.
BioShock is a good one.
Yeah.
Like it didn't become a meme in the same way. It didn't like become a meme like Skyrim's did, but I feel like it easily could have done. In that it starts with your character, with you like on a private jet, sat back in a comfortable chair, sipping brandy or what have you. And your character musing to himself, "My parents always said I was meant for great things. And they were right." And then the plane plows into the ocean and explodes, and suddenly you're in roiling seas surrounded by burning wreckage. Just the instant flip.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
I feel like you could proceed any scene of things going horribly wrong with a character saying, "My parents said I was destined for great things, and they were right."
Yeah.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
I'm on a train, but I'll hop into bed when I hit a station.
Not entirely safe here yet. There's a skeleton in full armor. I missed. Got him. And his armor and his bow.
Nice.
Thank you. Where are you now, by the way?
Back at Stars and Sea. I'm gonna throw potatoes at villagers until they have babies.
Rightly so, I should think.
That is how nature works.
Yeah. Right. I hope it's the wrong dimensions. I might have actually. Up the curve. Wait, is it like this? Doesn't make kind of sense if it doesn't. I imagine that being the case, you know?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
But if that is the case,
Yeah.
think of the consequences.
True, the consequences would be huge. One would imagine.
The game would be changed forever.
True. Wait, Minecraft? Or...
Politics.
Ah, sure.
It'll change everything.
Of course. I understand. This will do for now. Murder.
Is everyone else? Do they not get out of bed today? Oh, they're trying to get out the window, okay.
Sure, I mean that makes sense. I don't know how you get out to where you live. If you don't climb out the window, have you considered climbing out the window?
Yeah. Got out the wrong side of bed this morning. Fell out the window, broke my leg in 4 places. Get up!
Yay!
Yay!
Nice. There's just a kid in Stars on Sea. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Got a bit like that, innit?
Do be like that. Fox.
I like them.
Yeah.
IRL and Minecraft.
Same.
This right? That seems super high. Yeah, that's probably fine. These things tend to sort themselves out anyway, don't they? Car is now road legal again, which is a plus.
Yeah, nice.
I replaced the headlight bulb. If you drive a car, it's good to make it legal.
It does have its advantages.
Is that how this works? Oh, I forgot my scaffolding. Ah, well, I'll have to improvise. Probably fine.
I will make it legal.
I mean, that's a decent line. I always think of it as a decent line.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he's up to no good.
Yeah.
And like if you're not already twigged who it is, which you should have really.
Maybe tipped off by the part where he's like in shadows wearing a black robe with a hood over his eyes.
Sure. Like you would hope that would give it away, but it might not.
Yeah.
I've known there's a lot of things that people don't get. Like Starship Troopers is a parody.
Yeah.
So don't really get that one. Ah, dang it, I misclicked. Ah, at least. Good film though. I'm a big fan. Starship Troopers.
Yeah, same.
A film you like? What? Are we referring to the book? Like I do like my fascist militarism. And I often think that books are missing lengthy lectures on civics.
It's a dry, dusty tome about politics. It's the only thing I read. About politics I disagree with, no less.
Ah, of course, yeah.
I don't need to hear assenting opinions.
The station right. I don't think the station's right. I'm kind of committed to the bit now. I think it's got to stand though as like quite a weird adaptation, and it's an the film. Sorry, this is Starship Troopers. There's an adaptation deliberately disagreeing with the book it's based on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, plenty that accidentally do it.
Oh yeah, that is definitely true. But like, to make your film about why the thing the book's about is bad and wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that takes a certain amount of chutzpah. I approve. And like some people don't get it. They either just enjoy the film and are like, yeah, killing aliens, and
I mean, yeah, enjoying the film is the first mistake.
or there's people who are like, yeah, this seems like a good system of governance. No.
But I
I
mean,
don't think it's any good.
But I mean, look at what you see of their world. Everybody's happy, living in nice houses, good weather.
Right.
Things
They do make it look nice.
Other than the alien invasion, which they can hardly be blamed for, everything's going well.
True. I mean, like it looks fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't make it. I suppose. Then again, I was gonna be like, I don't get how you don't know it. It depends your political views, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you've got a murderer was arrested last night, tried this morning, and sentenced to be executed this evening on live on all networks. Like if you're like, oh nice, that is some fast justice.
Yeah, that's excellent. Our legal system could stand to learn a few things. Also, there's now 2 kids, and they're wearing different outfits.
Oh sweet.
One of them has the One of them has the Plains Villager outfit, the other one has the Coniferous outfit.
Oh, nice. It's raining.
Watching them fight over doors. They're in the same room, and like one of them goes in and the other one comes out at the same time. Then they close the door between them. Then they open it again and both swap round. And just keep going.
Okay.
It means all the beds here are filled now, so I will take a nap.
Funny to hear Paul Verhoeven, the director, talk about Starship Troopers as well, though.
Yeah.
They've been like, it's about fascism and why fascism is bad. And, like, the book talks about all these things being good, but I wanted to say that they were not. This film is about showing that they're not. And people are like, I don't know what his political viewpoint on this film was. He has actually been
Yeah.
accused of being a Nazi, Paul Verhoeven.
Because of that film?
Yes. Yes. Would you like to know more?
Yes.
Like, it's just like blatant like propaganda.
Yeah.
There's all these kind of like obvious propaganda elements, and people are like, I don't know, he's making, I don't know, what he's trying to say with this film. Is it like this? But... Oh, I fell off the roof. Happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. We've all fallen off a few roofs in our time.
This right? I can't remember how do I do stations for this style, I should say. Is it like this? Does the roof come all the way down like that? Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
That seems legit, doesn't it? Well, it feels like a thing that it could be, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying it's not either, if you know what I'm saying. Probably like that. Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably fine. I do think it's clever to present like this like awful world, but without being like everything's terrible. She's like, yeah, some things seem pretty good, but
Yeah.
that's good. I like that. It's all this stuff about, you know, oh, I want to have kids, but it's easy to get a license if you've served.
Yeah.
There's like little background details they throw in. Highly recommend. Some people have also said it's the best 40k film ever made. I mean, you know, that's it.
I can see, yeah.
Yeah. Imperial Guard versus Tyranids.
Yeah.
And the Tyranids from 40k are based on the Arachnids from the original Starship Troopers, so not outrageous.
Yeah.
Or at least one can make the case, and I would certainly make the case that they are based on the Arachnids. I think that's
Yeah.
Especially with the
Yes.
original arachnids having that like whole caste system and everything.
Yeah. Inspired by?
Yeah, yeah, inspired by would be a more accurate way. That's more of the thing I was actually thinking.
Yeah.
It feels wrong, but at the same time, I can't remember how I built them originally, so I'll have to do. Oh, I thought I was going to flood with sand when I did that, but it didn't. Now do this. That's a matter of the cause. Ah, I didn't. No, it's okay. It's okay. I did do the wrong thing, but it'll be alright. I can patch it up. I'm sorry. Walls and floor are made of different materials. I gotta make sure it reflects that. Wait, where's the hole in the roof? Missed it. Oh yeah, I was gonna replace that piece. I didn't. It's fine. There's a YouTuber I watch when he does videos called Know Him Better.
Yeah.
And he usually does a video on 11th of November or thereabouts. In America, of course, that's Veterans Day rather than Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
And he is an ex-soldier. So he usually does one on or around Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Was it last year? Was it last year where he did the video on Smedley Butler? It was an American former general who stopped essentially a fascist coup in the US in the 30s.
Yeah.
Basically, they wanted him to. They came to him because they thought he'd be able to rally people to their cause. He took a different view to the whole thing.
Yeah.
It kind of backfired on him. Oh wow, that didn't work at all. Interesting. And this year, the video he did was about Starship Troopers.
Huh.
Because it was like a film and book that he really loved when he was younger, and when he was much more right-wing politically as well,
Yeah.
as you might guess. And when he was in his officer training, or whatever they call it, the cadet training thing, I think. Whatever it's actually officer training. But the thing you can do at uni that's like the cadets, but more so.
Yeah.
They have the same thing in America as they do over here. And he had to write about a book on, that inspired him or whatever. That was about military things, fictional or otherwise. And he chose Starship Troopers because of how good he thought it was. And so now, because he's talking about Starship Troopers having a very different opinion on these things. Good video. Also, in all his videos, he dresses up, so he's dressed in Starship Troopers gear for the whole video.
Nice.
Not the uniform that Carl turns up in, though. That's just like an SS uniform.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to that bit in the film, how do you not think, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe these aren't the good guys. Like the high-peaked caps and leather trench coats. In black. Surely at that point you're like, wait.
Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven's actually said that himself. He's like, when you see, he's Dutch. When you see someone in a black uniform, you know it's a bad time. You know they're bad. Yeah. Like, and he would know as well, because Paul, if you don't know, Paul Verhoeven was alive during the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So, has certain sentiments there. Michael Ironside, who played Mr. Ratchak in the film, said that when he was going to do it, he went and spoke to Paul Verhoeven and said, like, you were alive during the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands. Why are you doing a film version of this fascist book? And he said, because we're going to make it a satire. Neat. What am I doing? Walls! I'm replacing the walls. Assuming you avoid the more obvious stuff, you could probably do a pretty fun or pretty easy, but still effective cosplay of some of the gear from Starship Troopers. Just don't do like the one that looks like an SS uniform.
Yeah.
It'll be alright. You don't want to be like those people who turn up to World War II events in Nazi uniforms.
Yeah.
I don't get that, like on the one hand, I get it, they're smart uniforms, and history, whatever. But like, why? Like, if you're doing a battle reenactment, sure, somebody's got to be him, I guess.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a World War II event at a heritage railway, like, the Nazis didn't make it over here.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing dressed as a Nazi?
Yeah.
You're not Prince Harry. Oh.
Classic royalty.
They did like the Nazis.
Yep.
Or at least some of them did. Not all of them did. I should clarify. There were some who were fiercely opposed. But, upper classes tend to like the Nazis.
Yeah.
Fascism in general, isn't it? It's a weird thing to pitch itself as a workers' movement while appealing very heavily to the upper class. It's a bit like, we're a workers' movement, honest.
Yeah.
If I don't end up accidentally collapsing these tunnels in on myself, I'll be surprised. Oh, there we go. I did indeed collapse the tunnels in on myself. But I saw it coming and was able to duck out of the way. I'm tunneling under sand here, so I'm afraid accidents are gonna happen.
You know what? The work must continue.
Exactly. You get it. You get it. Can't allow a few minor setbacks to upset me. Oh, here we are.
Oh, that's sticks. I'll probably sell some of these to the Fletcher.
Oh, interesting. Heard about selling things.
I've got a chest full of sticks. Fletcher will buy those.
Just emeralds in our pocket,
Yep.
which is inherently a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta,
As opposed to emeralds in other people's pockets, which, you should keep an eye on.
Exactly. Bonus points if you can posit, like outdated understandings of the economy. Gotta pay off the national debt for some reason. Even though it's a thing that you can never pay off. You don't actually want to pay it off. Because that's not how national debt works.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to own at some point, but I currently can't because it's way too expensive. Lots of things, I guess.
Yeah. My own freedom.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be pretty good. I'd
Yeah.
be very pleased with that. Freedom from the capitalist system, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Here we are, all the same. An electric car. That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like an electric car.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Imagine being freed from the tyranny of the petrol station.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even finish that one. It was just tyranny of the petrol station. I like. Well, they're just sorry, but they're really expensive on the electric cars.
Yeah. Do hate having to buy petrol though.
Me too.
But there is a charging station not far from me.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. It's close enough that it's faster to walk than to drive, so that's not far.
Yeah. That's interesting. You can get 250 quid to have one at home. But obviously it's to offset the cost of having one at home. So it's not like they just give you money.
Yeah.
It's to offset the fact that you have to buy a charging station at home. But I'd totally do that. I'd have a charging station at home. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how convenient that'd be. I'm going out tomorrow. I forgot enough fuel. I'll put it on charge overnight.
Yeah.
Great, man. Would gladly do that.
Yeah.
And you can feel good. You can feel smog because you're not, using fossil fuels. Even if your electricity might have come from fossil fuels.
Yeah.
And if life, ethics choices aren't about feeling smog, I'm not interested. That's my ethical system.
Even if your electricity is coming from fossil fuels, the big power plants are a lot more fuel efficient than the tiny car ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was being a little bit memey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that is actually true. Like, if you're creating electricity like that, you're also not polluting in the immediate area as well.
Yeah.
Another fact.
Hey, lady meow. Fine, if you can get the car close enough, you'd have to stretch a cable across. Yeah, I guess where you are, it wouldn't be super good. You've got like the it's more like a communal area for your housing group.
Yeah, you've got to have like your own, especially got to have your own drive. Really.
Yeah.
Which is another economic problem.
Yeah. Electric car is about as expensive as a house.
It is lucrative.
Can't-
You can, I mean,
Yeah, can't afford both. Can't afford either, usually.
yeah. Just to give some context, when the price for which that I paid for this house that I am in right now is the same as the electric Jaguar.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a Jaguar, so it's a luxury car. It's obviously a little bit different, but nonetheless, yeah, exactly. Like, that is actually a thing,
Yeah.
which is ludicrous, isn't it?
Yeah.
This station looked wrong, but I'm just gonna. If it is wrong, I'm just gonna pass it off as a unique design. Leave it at that.
Seems legit. When are we getting self-driving cars too?
Most of them just kill people at the minute. Which is arguably less than ideal.
Hmm. Well, I mean, there's room for debate there.
I hope you mean because people already kill people in cars.
Yeah,
Not
that was gonna be. Like, I believe they're safer for distance traveled than human drivers are. And like the goal isn't to create a car. I mean, the goal kind of is to create a car that never. It would be nice to create a car that never crashes, but once you've reached a point where it crashes less than humans, you're already making something worthwhile.
Yeah. I think they've not managed that yet, have they?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that. In that, they're still just really dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they can't recognize like signs and stuff properly yet.
Yeah.
And whenever they've killed somebody, it's been in like bizarre circumstances. Like they'll there've been stuff where they've like mistaken, you know, whatever for a road and just like ploughed into pavement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not recognized people crossing the road and just rode them down. Like, yeesh. Like eventually, if they could get it all solved, sure. Well, the next question, I suppose, is would it be mandatory? Like, if you quite like driving, that'd probably suck. If you weren't allowed to drive anymore.
Yeah. I know there's the bit where, like the people regulating it were saying that, you know, there needs to be a way for the human to take control for safety reasons, and the people making them were saying there needs to be no way for a human to take control for safety reasons.
And I get it.
I mean, to be fair, I think. I mean, I don't think they count towards the. If the human in control is the cause of the accident, I don't believe it counts towards the figures that you're using. But I think it has been the case that like more accidents have been caused by the human in control of the car panicking and taking control of the car at a bad time than have been caused by the actual self-driving mechanism.
I could believe it. I could believe it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what Lady Meow's been saying.
Yeah, that electric cars cost as... That guy's fallen off the house again. And then wandered off to I don't know where. Yeah. Oh. There you are. Did you just fall off twice? Don't hurt yourself, okay?
Is that, no?
But yeah, so... Electric cars cost as much as a house, except that houses have gotten more expensive.
Yeah. Again.
No trouble chipping people, yeah.
I'm trying to put a chip
Tell
in
people.
your man.
Tell people they need to get chips so that they can drive. Well, I mean, yeah, we need chips in our arms to make sure that cars don't hit us. I mean, get a chip in your arm or we're going to run you over is a pretty strong argument, to be fair.
True. There are many of you here. Good.
What if... I mean, there could be other functions for the chips. What if we could use them to summon our car? What if we could be like in Iron Man 3 where he calls the Iron Man suit in his sleep and it nearly blows up his wife?
Yeah. That sounds like self-driving cars, to be fair.
Yeah.
It seems so dark in here, I don't know why. It's probably fine. It's not light value. It's particularly important, I don't think.
Reminded a little bit of a bit in Freefall about some robot thieves. Where they swap out their ident chips with like old farm equipment. And like, so these other robots have been robbed, and they're asked like who was the attacker, and they're saying, oh, it was such and such model tractor, etc., etc.
Nice.
And the police are like, what? Those are vehicles. They don't have limbs with which to rob you, and they wouldn't have fitted into the building where you were robbed. It turns out that, you know, the robots do have cameras, but when the ident chip is telling them that a certain robot is in front of them, they don't bother to look at the visual data for it. They've already got that information.
Nice. I like that. I plummeted down a hole there, that was... Right. Let's gravel that bit though.
Thanks for the lurk, Lady Meow. I hope it quietens down over there.
Yeah, like a normal electric car is, oh look at that. Time to ban a bot.
Whoop.
Unless you want
Let's
to do
see.
that.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, sweet, thank you. Thank you.
Don't see those ones this afternoon anymore.
No, they're not as
Yeah.
common, are they?
Yeah, they've mostly been replaced by the racist ones.
Yeah. Alas.
Yeah.
I should save these because money, but I can't just have like an open lava lake alongside the railway. That's just gonna trouble. Safety first. But yeah, like a normal, you normal electric car. It's not a Jag, that's not, or an E Mustang. But like a normal electric car, new, costs 20 grand. Whew.
Yeah.
Who's got that kind of money in their back pocket?
Yeah, I sure haven't.
20 grand, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Mm.
But if I could afford one, or if you get one cheaper, and then I would quite like one. I know they don't necessarily have, but I know a lot of people complain they don't have the range of an internal combustion engine, which can be true. Although it depends obviously on a lot of factors.
Yeah.
But they mostly have a lower range. But the real issue is just that you gotta have the infrastructure for charging them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like you've either got to be able to have one at home, or have enough of them nearby that you can do it easily enough. And you could do it, if they could charge quicker, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
If you've gone somewhere that's a long way away, you will need to charge your car, and that's like hours. Or the advantage of internal combustion is it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Pull up, fill up, off you go.
It's kind of one of those things where there's not enough infrastructure to get the electric cars, but there's not enough electric cars to get the infrastructure.
Yeah, exactly. There's not the government backing either to make one of those two things happen.
Yeah, which is what we need.
Yeah, exactly. the market won't solve it until the market has to.
Mm-hmm.
If the market ever solves it at all. So you need to
Yeah.
legislate for it, and you need to absolutely just go like, yeah, we're doing this. We're building this infrastructure,
Yeah.
and get it done like that. It's a lot better. I mean, I think all new homes have to have an electric car charging port, right?
I don't know, to be honest.
I think they do.
Hmm.
But there may be conditions on that, like they only have to if it's a certain amount or certain places, and then I'm not sure. But I know that a lot of the new builds do,
Yeah.
which is a start. So they usually come with a drive, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I would look. It'd be great for my. Because, I mean, mostly I just go to work and back. Right? That's what I do most of my driving. And then get to mum and
Yeah.
dad's like once a week. So an electric car would be perfect for that. Especially
Yeah.
going to and from work. Like a 3 mile each way journey. 4 times a week. It can be quite stop-start. Like, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
It can be very stop-start. Actually, depends how traffic falls for you.
Yeah.
But that'd be spot on. Probably like the odd time I do go anywhere, I don't tend to go that far. So if I drive to, there's a couple of cities near us I could drive to and back easily on one charge, so that won't matter.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself emptying it.
No. What's that? Sure, probably fine. Because I mean, even the cheaper electric cars, they still go out a couple 100 miles on a charge,
Yeah.
which is probably actually like 150 miles because your car has other systems that require the use of power.
Yeah.
Because even on an internal combustion engine, you have a battery, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
There's not just. I mean, I know its main purpose is to use the electric starter, so that you don't have to crank the car to start it. Did you know, by the way, that when you hand starting a car like that, it can backfire,
Yeah.
and if it backfires, it will break your arm.
Yep. That's why you have your man do it for you.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's why you have 2 cars, in part, because they're so unreliable in the early days when you're hand cranking them, what have you, that you bought 2 and you had your man drive the other, so that if you broke down, you'd simply get into the other car and then drive off and let your man deal with it.
Yeah.
It's also why, until the electric starter were invented, steam cars and even early electric cars were almost as popular as internal combustion cars. Because they don't break your arm when you set off.
Yeah.
There's no chance of a broken arm with them, which is handy.
I do like not having my arms broken.
Yeah, me too. Oh, then I'm on the rails.
Oh,
I'm
you
not a
miss a
million miles
fail,
away
says ZZZ.
from Chasm Village, I think. So. Yeah, and because the advantage of a steam car is that the main fuel it uses most of is water,
Yeah.
which is more or less everywhere in the UK at least, and in lots of parts of the world, I imagine. Like your coal obviously is more of an issue, but they burn a lot less coal than they boil water.
Yeah.
And steam cars used to come with like a length of hose and a pump, like a hand pump. So you could just pull up at a stream or something, or like a tap or whatever,
Yeah.
refill the boiler. Quite good. I like that. Can you imagine just being like, hold on, are we going to refill my boiler? Let's pull up at this stream.
Yeah.
The good telepresenter but kind of unpleasant person, Fred Dibner, used to drive a traction engine thither and yon. That was his main vehicle, like a steam traction engine.
Yeah.
And there is a law that allows you to stop wherever you need to refuel when it comes to taking on water. And he would use that rule, as one might expect. And a traffic warden once tried to do him for parking where he wasn't allowed to. So he cited the law and the fact that if he didn't, his boiler would explode. And did the fella really want an explosion on his conscience, I guess. And the fella was like, alright, fine, carry on.
Yeah.
You know, I would too.
Yeah.
Sword, but not a useful one.
I need these farms to do some work so I can sell them wheat.
Oh, that's interesting. Not that.
So-
I mean, that's quite normal.
Yeah.
What's that? There's been a development,
Yeah.
like a minor development, but I've just realised something, and it nonetheless ranks as a development.
Okay.
Just need to put this tat away. Gravel and flint. What else I need? Diorite. There it is. I've had an idea.
So if you're stood next to your composter, you should be buying wheat off of me. I don't understand what the problem here is.
Laziness.
Yeah,
Work shy.
that's what it is. I'll fetch the whip. Hey, Badger. How you doing?
Hey, Roger.
Did you get all your jobs done?
There's a lot of that going on right
Huh.
now.
Huh. Okay.
How does this work? I'm sure you can do this. You can do this! Ah, I'm a genius. I am a genius!
Yeah. Is this?
I mean, no, I'm not, but I am a genius.
Are you
Where are you,
creating?
Lewis?
Are you creating life again?
Kinda. Where are you? Where are you? This is super
out at-
important.
I'm out at the allotments, selling some wheat.
I'm gonna yeet something at you when I can. Hold on, let me just civilize, take my armor off. I'm gonna yeet something at you. Where are you? Allotments, I'm coming.
I'm at the well.
Well. Hold on, hold still. Ah.
Oh.
Hold still, hold still. Take this. Have a look. See what you think.
It's a picture of a sword. You find some in storage?
No, I made it.
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
see.
What does the turn your bow not on me, sir, but on your feline companion? For they bring in hair pelts, don't they?
Yes, vegan hair pelts. Provided by
And
nature.
one can fashion them into leather,
Ah.
which one can use to make item frames. But it's not an unlimited resource, and it's not
so,
tons.
So
but it's-
what you're saying is that all the work I've done today has been for naught.
No, because it's not a sustainable resource, and we can't
Okay.
make unlimited amounts. But we can make a few.
Okay.
It takes four hair pelts to make one leather, and I've got like 15 here. So what you're saying is we need more cats. Which normally you'd never hear me say.
Yeah. I'm on it.
So we got enough to make 4 item frames, which isn't a tremendous amount,
Yeah.
but it's a
But-
start.
Enough to expand the map house a little bit with the new maps.
Let me quickly try and make item frames before I accidentally use the leather for something else.
Making
Oh
saddles.
no, I made a... Sorry?
Making saddles.
Yeah, like, oh no, I accidentally made... Damn it, brother. How? Don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, not food until the air skin goes in.
Well, I swore upon my oath that I would have item frames before this night was out. And, since we have them, and it is sadly that time for me, I should probably be heading off.
It's true. If you're adjacent, we'll run over and have a quick look at the map house before you go, if you like. If you have 30 seconds to a minute.
Sure.
And we can have a look at what map needs going where and just slap up a couple more items for it.
Oh, yeah. And...
I believe it's up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you remember what the new maps are called?
Nope. I'm gonna have to look soon about making this taller.
True. Well, that's a nether map, so I don't know.
I'm guessing there'll either be one or two of them. I think I made duplicates of every map, so there should be two.
It's called Starsha, which is the name. So is it this one, map 114? No, that's Permaflame Gate. Brimstone Region. Oh, is this? No, I don't want to take the name maps off you though.
I don't
Wait,
think
this
any
one,
of... Yeah, I don't think any of the new regions I'm named.
Okay, and is it? And this is something, but whether we've actually got enough item frames for this to appear is another matter. Yeah, I can't jump on that, it's too high. But maybe, let's have a look, let's try. Let's try. Yeah?
Hey!
That all lines up, doesn't it?
Yeah!
Ah, look at that!
Hey!
It really expands the view, doesn't it? It gives a much better view of the world.
Yeah. Someday we're gonna have to, like, ride south and east.
Rather than this specific, like, block.
Yeah.
There's always another horizon, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. We probably should go any direction other than the one we've gone in.
We've been following the coast, I guess. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we went as far south as those mountains, didn't we? That was the thing that we did.
Yeah.
Follow the coast somewhat, but mostly we just stay where we are, don't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. We need to push east beyond those. Because we rode basically along the plains, didn't we, and stopped at the trees.
Yeah.
So we push east beyond the trees. That would be good.
Yeah, I mean, mostly it's been places that have been easy to travel that we've done. We did all the plains, then we followed the coast.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess now I have to do things not because they are easy, but because they are hard, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have a riding out session again soon.
Yeah, I'd like that. Very good. I've held you up long enough if you want to go.
Yeah, sadly I've got opening shift in the morning, so need to be on the move.
I shall take a 5-minute break, then I'll be back probably for about another hour or so.
Okay.
Then that'll be me for today. So thank you for being here, Loomis, as always.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. And,
No problem.
Thank you everybody for watching and for talking in chat, keeping me company. I hope I'll see everybody next time. Until then.
And